Have you ever caught a smile from a younger woman and wondered, just for a second, what exactly it meant? It's one of those subtle human interactions, fleeting yet potentially filled with meaning. We often analyze glances, words, and gestures, but a simple smile, especially across an age gap, can hold a fascinating depth. What's really going on behind that curve of the lips? Is it simple politeness, or could it signify something more complex, something intriguing? Today, we're diving deep into the psychology and unspoken signals behind why a younger woman might offer a smile to an older man. This isn't about making assumptions, but about exploring possibilities, understanding nuances, and maybe even gaining a little insight into human connection. If you find these kinds of explorations into social dynamics and human behavior fascinating, you're definitely in the right place. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications, because we unravel mysteries like this all the time, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Comment 1 if you think this topic is worth discussing, or 0 if you think it's not that important. Let me know right away. All right, let's get into the heart of it. One of the most powerful, yet often understated, reasons behind that smile is an admiration for confidence. But we're not talking about loud, brash, look-at-me confidence. No, we're talking about the quiet, self-assured presence that many older men naturally exude. Think about it. Through years of navigating life's ups and downs, successes and failures, there's often a certain groundedness that develops. It's a confidence born not from needing to prove anything, but from knowing oneself. This man isn't desperately trying to impress everyone in the room. He isn't constantly seeking validation or looking for approval in the eyes of others. A pattern sometimes more noticeable in younger men still figuring out their place in the world. He walks into a room, not necessarily demanding attention, but comfortable in his own skin. He carries himself with a sense of purpose, perhaps, but without the frantic energy of someone scrambling for recognition. This quiet strength, this internal validation, is incredibly magnetic. A younger woman, perhaps accustomed to the different energies of her peers, might observe this settled, unwavering demeanor. It stands out. Her smile, in this context, isn't just a friendly gesture. It can be a subconscious nod of appreciation, an acknowledgement of that calm, centered power. It's like recognizing a rare frequency in a noisy room. It's admiration for a man who seems comfortable with who he is, where he's been, and where he's going, without needing to shout about it. It's a powerful, silent compliment to his grounded presence. Are you with me? Type 2 in the comments to let me know you're still watching. Building on that idea of confidence, let's consider how you simply stand out from the crowd. In a world often dominated by digital distractions and a constant chase for the next fleeting trend, an older man can present a stark, refreshing contrast. Picture a social setting. You might see many younger guys absorbed in their phones, perhaps slightly anxious about social cues, maybe trying a bit too hard to fit in or project a certain image. Then there's the older man. Maybe he's observing the room with quiet interest. Maybe he's engaged in a genuine conversation. Maybe he's simply comfortable being present in the moment. He's not necessarily glued to a screen, scrolling endlessly. He's not desperately seeking the approval of the group. There's an ease about him, an intention in his actions. Whether it's ordering a drink, listening to someone speak, or just taking in the atmosphere. This difference doesn't go unnoticed. For a younger woman navigating her own social world, encountering this different way of being can be intriguing. His calm demeanor, his apparent lack of pretense, his focus on the actual world around him rather than just the digital one. It's different. It's potentially very attractive. That smile she offers could be a direct signal of recognition. It says, "I see you. You're not like the others I typically encounter, and that's interesting. That's good." It's an acknowledgement of his unique presence in a sea of sameness, a positive response to the way he carries himself with intention and ease, setting him apart from the perhaps more predictable patterns of her peers. Now let's talk about stability. This is a big one. Life, especially when you're younger, can feel chaotic, uncertain, and emotionally turbulent. Relationships might be volatile, career paths unclear, and the future a giant question mark. While youth has its excitement, the accompanying instability can be draining. An older man often represents the opposite: stability. This isn't just about financial security, though that can be a factor for some. It's deeper than that. It's about perceived emotional stability. the sense that he's weathered storms and knows how to handle emotional ups and downs without crumbling. It's about mental stability, the wisdom that comes from experience, the ability to offer perspective, a sense of calm rationality. And yes, it can encompass life stability, a more settled career, a clearer sense of direction, a life built rather than one still under frantic construction. When a younger woman encounters this aura of stability, especially if she's experiencing the typical turbulence of her own stage in life or observing it in her peers, it can feel like finding solid ground in shifting sands. She might subconsciously sense that this is someone who has been through life, who has learned lessons, who possesses a certain resilience and wisdom. He seems less likely to be swept away by fleeting dramas or impulsive decisions. That smile, therefore, can be an expression of a deep, almost primal feeling. It's a subconscious recognition of safety, security, and respect. It's acknowledging a quality that feels reliable and reassuring in a world that often feels anything but. It's an attraction to the calm harbor he seems to represent. Have you ever tried comparing the stability levels you perceive in different age groups? Share your thoughts in the comments. Maybe just type stable if you think older generally means more stable, or varies if you think it depends entirely on the person. Beyond stability, there's the allure of experience itself. Younger men are often still in the process of accumulating life experiences, figuring things out, forming their worldview. Older men, having lived more years, naturally possess a richer tapestry of experiences, stories, and perspectives. This translates into tangible attractive qualities. Think about conversations. An older man might have more depth to his conversations, able to draw on a wider range of knowledge, anecdotes, and insights gleaned from years of living, working, traveling, and loving. He might be a better listener, having honed that skill over time. He might ask more insightful questions. There's often less of a focus on proving himself. The need to boast or posture may have faded, replaced by a quieter confidence in his own life story. Instead, the focus might be more on genuinely connecting, sharing, and simply enjoying the interaction, enjoying life itself. A younger woman might find this incredibly appealing. She might be curious about his journey, the lessons he's learned, the stories he could tell. His perspective on life, potentially broader and more nuanced than what she typically encounters, can be fascinating. That smile, then, can be a complex blend. It's partly attraction, yes, but it's also fueled by curiosity, intrigue, and a desire to know more about the world seen through his experienced eyes. It's an invitation, perhaps, to share some of that wisdom, that perspective, that sense of having truly lived. Just overthinking yields avoidance. New ideas make actions. Thoughtful reflection allows natural strength. Clarity really improves persistence today. This capacity for thoughtful reflection, often born from experience, is part of that attractive package. It suggests a depth that goes beyond the surface. Still with me? Drop a yes in the comments to let me know you're tuned in. Now let's consider a more strategic angle. Sometimes that smile isn't just a passive reaction. It could be an active probe, a way of testing the waters. Human interaction is a delicate dance, and nonverbal cues are often used to gauge the other person's intentions, confidence, and receptiveness. A smile, particularly one held for a moment longer than mere politeness requires, can function as a subtle social test. She might be sending out a feeler, observing how you respond. What happens when your eyes meet and she offers that smile? Do you meet her gaze confidently and return the smile warmly, acknowledging the connection? Or do you become flustered, look away awkwardly, or pretend you didn't see it? Your reaction speaks volumes about your social awareness, your confidence, and your potential interest. Her smile, in this sense, is a low-risk way to initiate a micro-interaction and gather information. She's quietly probing your emotional poise. Are you comfortable with female attention? Are you approachable? Are you secure enough to handle a direct but subtle signal? It's a silent question mark hanging in the air between you. Her smile is the opening move, and she's waiting to see yours. It's less about a definitive statement of attraction already formed, and more about opening a door slightly to see if you might walk through it, or at least acknowledge it with grace and confidence. It's a fascinating, often unconscious, element of social navigation. And finally, let's not overcomplicate things unnecessarily. Sometimes, the simplest explanation is the truest one. She might smile simply because she genuinely finds you attractive. Plain and simple. Attraction isn't solely the domain of youth. Many women find maturity itself appealing. Features often associated with older men: the salt and pepper hair, the laugh lines that speak of a life enjoyed, a more developed sense of style, perhaps, can be incredibly attractive. But it often goes beyond the purely physical. The perceived emotional intelligence, the confidence we discussed earlier, the stability, the depth of character. These are powerful attractors too. She might appreciate the way you carry yourself, the sound of your voice, the look in your eyes. Perhaps your overall demeanor, a combination of all the elements we've discussed, resonates with her on a fundamental level. In this case, the smile is a direct, uncomplicated signal of that attraction. It's her way of acknowledging that she sees something she likes, something appealing. It doesn't necessarily mean she wants to start a relationship or even a conversation, but it's a clear, positive signal reflecting her genuine appreciation for your presence and the attractive qualities you embody, both physical and non-physical. It's a moment of genuine, positive human response. Judging others yields absolutely no improvement. Mindfulness always takes real awareness. Navigating social changes requires intentional persistence too. Appreciating attraction where it exists without judgment or assumption is part of that mindful awareness in social navigation. Of course, context is everything. A fleeting smile in a crowded elevator might mean something entirely different from a sustained smile across a quiet cafe. Body language accompanying the smile, open posture, direct eye contact, perhaps a slight head tilt, adds layers of meaning. Cultural norms also play a role in how smiles are given and interpreted. And sometimes, truly, a smile is just a smile, a moment of shared humanity, politeness, or a reaction to something entirely unrelated to you that you just happened to catch. But when you factor in the dynamics we've explored today, the quiet confidence, the standing out from the crowd, the aura of stability, the depth of experience, the potential social testing, and straightforward attraction, you get a much richer understanding of why that particular interaction might be happening. It's rarely about just one single factor, but often a blend of these elements, perceived consciously or subconsciously by the woman offering the smile. It's a testament to the complex and often subtle ways human beings connect and communicate interest or appreciation. Comment mature or youthful, based on which broad quality you personally find more generally attractive in a partner. Have you ever completely misinterpreted someone's smile or glance, leading to an awkward or funny situation? Type yes or no in the comments. We've all been there, right? So the next time you receive that smile, remember the possibilities. It could be an appreciation for the man you've become through years of living. Confident, stable, experienced, and distinct. It might be curiosity, a subtle test, or simply genuine attraction. It's a silent compliment, potentially acknowledging the journey that shaped you. Understanding these potential layers doesn't mean you should overanalyze every single interaction, but it can offer a framework for appreciating the subtle beauty of human connection and the unspoken messages that pass between us. We've covered a lot of ground today, exploring the fascinating reasons why a younger woman might smile at an older man, from admiring quiet confidence and stability to recognizing experience and simple attraction. These interactions are nuanced, and understanding the potential meanings can enrich our social awareness. If you found this deep dive insightful and want more content that explores human behavior, relationships, and the subtle signals we send each other, then please do me a huge favor and subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that notification bell too, so you never miss an upload. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it or learned something new, and share it with anyone you think might find it interesting. Your support helps this channel grow and allows me to keep creating content like this for you. Thank you so much for watching and engaging today, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.